When I tell you everything begins and ends in your mind, it is no joke. And many of us have limiting beliefs that really prevent us from maximizing our potential. We have all the talent in the world. We have everything it takes, and yet we see people executing, getting ahead of us, just like living out loud and winning, and we're like, what's wrong with us? And it could be because of limiting beliefs. Now, I have had a lot of experience with limiting beliefs, so I can recognize them for what we are, and there's a process for you to also recognize. I've talked about this before, but many of you know, if you follow me, that one of the toughest periods of my life, hands down, was when I went off to boarding school. No, let me just tell you how I left Jamaica. I left Jamaica as a 15-year-old, what I thought was a real confident academic superstar. In other words, I'd gotten all the academic awards at my high school, St. Andrew. Schoolwork did not pose a difficulty for me. Yes, I worked hard. I was enthusiastic about it. I loved to learn. I asked the most questions. But when it came to executing, I put in the work and I got the result. That was what I knew. I am the one who told my parents I was going to boarding school. Mr. Bell, my math teacher, brought a brochure. I looked through, I saw this school, I saw all the courses being offered, because at the time there was only CAPE in Jamaica. There's no IB. In other words, I had to choose 3 subjects, and I loved so many subjects I couldn't choose. That was what drove me to say, yes, I'm gonna go to boarding school. Left Jamaica extremely confident. I'd been, speaking at conferences around the world. I was on this Nickelodeon thing. I was living out loud, and the possibility or the worry about failure didn't even occur. I didn't even care. I was just working on pure enthusiasm and energy and possibility. So I go to boarding school, ready to win. Not so fast. First came a lot of losing. I went to one of the hardest to get into boarding schools in the world. And when you get there, like, getting in is just the beginning, because you get there and that's when the work starts. Because what you see is people your age who do 10 times the amount of things that you do in a week and don't bat an eyelash. Like, it was just an upgraded level of expectation and reality. And the classes moved very fast. I was accustomed to maybe reading 2 or 3 books a term. We read a book a week at Andover. And I struggled. I looked at the math. I really was confident in math. I loved math, loved numbers, and I couldn't do it. And I went to every office hours, and I did everything in the world. And after the first term, I was on academic probation. Me on academic probation. I can't even verbalize those words right now. How I reached on academic probation. I was working so hard. And let me tell you what I was also doing. Crying every single night on the floor of my room. God bless my roommate, Shani, because she stood by me. But I begged my mommy to make me come home. Mrs. Reed, the then principal of Andrews, I knew she would take me back. So I'm like, let's just stop this. So I'm like, let's just stop this. Let's do sixth form. This is crazy. I lost my sense of self too, because I thought I was smart, and all of a sudden I wasn't smart, because I was in a room, an environment, classrooms on a daily basis with some really smart people. So I was like, okay, academics, yeah, I can do it, but I'm not an academic. That's when I realized, like, I'm smart enough, but I'm not. Like, some people were just born to do some things. What was I born to do? Why didn't I have any use? Like, there were athletes that were just winning, right? I'm not an athlete. Lord have mercy. I can't even dance, much less the coordination to be any kind of athlete. I didn't have a useful skill. Like, why couldn't I just love engineering or love, like, something tangible? What is this talking thing? What is that going to do? That is useless, And so, bawling on the floor, thinking everybody was better than me, winning, and I was just stuck. I prayed to Jesus and I said, Lord, get me through this, and I'll know that I can get through anything. Lord, help me through this. And when mommy said, okay, come home, I knew I was at a crossroads. I could decide to go back home and take the easy way out. Mind you, the snow, the first time I saw snow in my life, was higher than my head. So there were emotional issues with the kind of academic impotency or inability to move. Like, it was cold. I was eating more than ever and gaining weight. It was just, I was an adolescent. I'm 16 years old. I come from Jamaica, where I'm attractive to boys, and I go to Andover, where I'm invisible to boys. And so it was just a lot of different things to be dealing with at once. In any case, I decided I'd stay, and I promised God. I knew, I said, all right, God, I'm going to take the chance, because it's like I felt he was telling me to stay there. So I said, okay, I'm going to take the chance, but just get me through it, Jesus. And then my deal is, I'll know I can get through anything. When you negotiate with God, right, guys? So after that, no, I said, I'm staying. And that's when I had to learn to reframe. And that's what I want to talk to you about with mindset today. And that's really where the 7-day vision unlock begins, with mindset, because you have to be able to identify limiting beliefs and reframe them. And what I was able to identify is that I was busy looking at other people. I didn't think I could do what they could do, and I thought I needed to be able to do what they could do. God, I was right. I couldn't do what they were doing. I couldn't do what they were doing. I was not able to get that work done in 45 minutes like it was nothing. But I was able to plug deep, and maybe after many hours, I would get it done. But I learned to just focus on me and do what I needed to do. I needed to reframe my beliefs about self. I didn't need to do what they were doing. I just needed to figure out what I needed to do and do it no matter what, no matter how long it took. I needed to stop wishing that I had their talents to be engineers or athletes or whatever seemed tangible, and just zero in on my own talents and unique strengths, even if they seemed unworthy at the time. Really about reframing and challenging your beliefs and then taking action. Because you can't just reframe and challenge your limiting beliefs and then stay there. You have to take action. And then when you take the action and you realize, okay, let me focus on my strengths. Let me do what I have to do. Let me make a plan. Let me put on my blinders and just execute according to the gifts that God has given me. Let me stay faithful and stay consistent. Let me believe that I am worthy and that I can do my best, and that's going to be great for the purpose I am called for. And that's what I did. That is how I challenged those limiting beliefs. I reframed and then I took action. And, it wasn't immediate. I had to get off academic probation. I was so ashamed. It felt like the biggest failure. So I had to just also, say it is what it is. This is the reality. This doesn't define me. It doesn't mean anything about me. It just means I need to change how I'm doing things. And, again, just focusing on me and putting in that work daily action. And I was really able to pull myself up out of it. I was able to gain admission to Princeton University, my top choice university, with a full scholarship, outperforming many of the same students who were leading all the teams and doing the work in 30 minutes and doing all of those things that I thought I had to be able to do. No, I leaned into what I was able to do academically. I continued to challenge myself. I dug deep and I took the time. I followed up with the teachers. I just became single-mindedly focused. I did Habitats for Humanity. I just started to do the activities that would allow my voice to come through. And this is day 1 of the 7-day vision unlock, which is completely free. And I hope that it especially at this time, helps to shift you in a way that helps you to reach those goals that you might not even know that you have, and to experience an up level at a time that you might need it most. Because I just remember being on the floor of my bedroom and just feeling desperate on my knees, and I was able to get through it. So when COVID hit and I had to pivot in terms of my businesses and just, make sense of this new world and, and level up on my skills and serve my clients with more excellence and just, all of these things, and restructure and think on my feet, I had to go back to that closet, to me on the floor at Andover, and just know, like I know that I might need to change things, but I have to reframe my limiting beliefs that there isn't enough out there, and that everything is changed for the worse, and that, you know, businesses can't thrive, and that we just need to sit here and wait, and that we're all doomed. No, that's not the case. You have what it takes. You have to reframe your beliefs and take consistent action. So again, that's why I'm really excited to give the 7-day vision unlock as a gift. It's $99. Was the plan for it. I know it's $0 because I want you to just take action. Just go into it. Do what you need to do. Take action. Shift your entire life.